Hey, how's it going, everybody? We are back with another Madden 20 video. I saw in one of the comments back when I was running my giveaway, and actually later on today as well, that people were kind of wanting me to show my schemes and kind of what I do in game, and also the players I use and what I think, fits into a team well. So I was going to do that for a video today, as of course I think all of you know by now, for whatever reason, we're getting Super Bowl Past Part 2 before we get Super Bowl Present. So, yeah, it's a little disappointing, but hopefully the Chiefs content will be coming Wednesday and we'll be able to do a team update coming then. But until then, if you like what I'm doing here, if you like the content, enjoying Madden 20 content that I'm dropping and all that fun stuff, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. So we'll just pop into it. I did have someone today ask me kind of what players to use and like how to get better at the game, which I'm not the best person to ask like what to do to be better at the game, but in this video I'm going to be mostly talking about defense and what I do, because I still haven't quite drawn up an offensive scheme to share with you guys. But here's my defense on my big team, and really the big thing I'm looking for is of course just above 90s in coverage on corners. Like this Pat Surtain I have out here still, just because like he serves a purpose and I don't really use this team's defense too much. But ideally in your cornerbacks you want above 90s in each coverage and high speed. Press isn't as big, but if you can get press in that as well. So the guys like Richard Sherman are great. This Champ's insane. Like I still get to use him in squads because of the method of like putting guys on kick team and having them on your squad even if you're the offense. So we have Champ out here for us. I don't know why my voice is going up. But as you can see with this Champ card, this is kind of everything you want in a DB. High coverage in both, high agility, high speed, high press. So that's what you want. I think thresholds for zone and man are, I think it's like 80 or something, and then it's diminishing returns after that. But I would definitely suggest getting above 90 in every stat category for cornerbacks as far as zone coverage and man coverage go. On the D-line, mostly what I look for is strength and block shedding on my DTs. And then like pretty much just block shedding and then either high power moves or high finesse moves. You're not really going to find it too commonly on both, but like some guys like this Strahan here have both power moves and finesse moves and can be a beast. Now what I've found this year, at least in the Chiefs theme team, is it's not all about that for guys being solid, because this D Ford, and even before I upgraded the D Ford to his 95 or 96, he played out of his mind. Like he's probably been one of the best defensive ends that I've used in the game this year. And I don't know why. Everything about his card says that he shouldn't be, but he's just been insanely talented and like useful out there. Then on the linebacker spots, like I also have Lawrence Taylor and Von Miller, which I haven't even bothered to upgrade yet because he doesn't really play. I have too many pass rushers as it is. Gosh, it's only 3,600 to get him up there. Might have to do that anyway. But you definitely want to have capable and fast linebackers, and if possible good users. So I have of course the Chiefs guys, and then the Mutt Captain Shazier, my linebacker spot. And I mean, this guy's just gonna get more and more solid as the game goes on. I definitely would think of the available captains that Chaz is the best pick. You can go with Tyler, go with Dallas Clark, but I definitely think those two have more replaceable like options in the game. As far as Chaz goes though, like there really isn't too many linebackers like him, and he's definitely the most worthwhile one. Alrighty, and then for safeties, what I typically tend to do, it's not so much now, but more or less is, because Sean Taylor can pretty much do it all. I usually have a hard hitter at one end, and then more of a coverage, like fourth cornerback or third cornerback on the other side. So with this Sean Taylor, who to me arguably is the best safety in the game at the moment, kind of does both, and he's also fast. So like, he's always a solid card to pick up. He is unlimited, and if you're relatively new to the game, it's going to be a little bit harder to get him because that 95 power up pass isn't going to be immediately available to you. Then Pat Tillman, it's a grind, but he is also very solid at what he does. Big boomstick. I have Lumberjack and Enforcer, which is something I think is definitely needed on all defenses. If not having 2 Enforcers, having 3 Enforcers on the defense. Because, I mean, on this defense, what I run is Sean Taylor and Pat Tillman both with Enforcer, and then D Ford with about every pass rushing chem that you could possibly have. But I could easily switch this D Ford over to, let's say, like Willie Lanier or Bobby Bell, and have another 3rd Enforcer in there. That's kind of just how it is with the meta where it is today, where you're kind of forced to have Enforcers out there to make hits on players and you know, actually stop the EDs and stuff like that with guaranteed hit stick tackles. So for my defense, which is typically how this is going to line up in like sub packages and stuff, I have Aaron Donald and JJ Watt playing defensive tackle. So Aaron doesn't really line up outside, he's more of an inside guy for me. And then I have D Ford and Strahan on the outsides. But like, you could easily, if you wanted to do more of like a run stuffing lineup or something to that, like you could definitely put in a guy like Lawrence Taylor on this left hand side or right hand side, and like have the better block shedding, have the better strength, I think even maybe better speed. I don't know, it might be close. It's close. I think they're about the same speed, but you can have that higher block shed and stuff and do better against the run. And then sub linebacker, just good coverage guys, good users. Figure out how to figure out who you like as far as user linebackers go and stuff like that, because I know it's not as powerful as it used to be. I play a lot more safety than I did in previous years. So moving on to the defense, I do run the Patriots defense. This playbook basically gives me about 3 formations that I do use. Why did it? And I'll go into practice mode with 2 controllers here and kind of show you guys what exactly those formations are and what I run out of them, and kind of just what I do on defense from an every game perspective. Jeez. Okay, so the first formation, and the formation I use primarily the most in game, especially with this stretch meta, is 3-4 odd. Hiccups. Is 3-4 odd. So out of 3-4 odd, you have quite a few play options. Majority of what I run out of 3-4 odd is pinch Mike or pinch Buck O, which is somewhere. There it is. And then like, I also will occasionally break out Storm Brave 1 if I'm looking to more or less user that safety over the top and still bring somewhat like kind of a pressure. Cover 4 Drop Show 2, which is arguably one of the better run defenses in the game, which is actually what I'm going to call here. So when running cover, like, of course I choose like the broken controller. Yeah, here, let me fix this. Okay, broken controller, you can fuck right off, please. I think I gotta run a play anyway to get this to flip. But I'll flip sides to my not broken controller so I can actually do the adjustments and stuff. Hopefully. We're in defense now? Yes. Okay. So, let me get a play called here real quick. Outside run. So like, a lot of what you see out of users and stuff is the stretch. Like, that's primarily what you're going to see when you're coming up against a lot of guys online. And this just formation in general allows you to guard against the stretch a lot better, because you can go and hit right on D-pad, or probably right on D-pad as well on PlayStation, and then go left stick up. That's going to spread your linebackers out, and what that does is like allows them to attack a lot better against like this outside carry. Now like, I wasn't using anyone on that, like I was doing the offense, but like it allows them to attack a whole lot better and fill gaps a lot better. Now something else you can do, if you are like, if he's still gaining yards on you and you can't quite like get through just running that normal kind of defense, you can go, instead of like just doing the left stick up, you can come back and hit right on right D-pad again and blitz all. And that's gonna send them all through, like firing, and they'll be able to like get back into the backfield better. And I know it's not a great representation because I'm like controlling the offense, not the defense. So I kind of like, here, let me see if like being on Terrell Suggs is gonna fix anything. And like another thing you can do, if you are sending everyone, instead of hitting like spread on the linebackers, you can go and just say like pinch them, not pinch them, but you can quick like just do the normal hit Y quick adjust and show blitz. That's basically gonna make all these linebackers kind of come up right in here. And then when you do blitz all your linebackers, the best thing to do is user one of the safeties, and then they'll just be like, you'll be able to get in. And it just makes them like have to beat you with their stick skills in order to get through on the defense. Okay, let's choose a new play here. So that's kind of 3-4 odd. I run a whole bunch of different coverages out of it. Like I'll run the cover 3 sky, the Storm Brave 1. I mean, I think everyone's pretty familiar with pinch bucko out of this defense. That's kind of one of the very broken like blitzes, man blitzes out of this coverage. I don't really run too much of like the pinch dog 3 blitz. I do run edge blitz occasionally. It's kind of just a different variation of Storm Buck. But I don't run too many zone blitzes unless I'm trying more or less to stop the run in a different way. You can see by the calls on a lot of these plays, because I think this should be representative. Nah, it's not representative of my my Madden plays, or my Ultimate Team plays. But let's go kind of more like, if I ever come up against a guy that I know is like passing and stuff, and like he's very obviously coming out like trips left, like let's go formation. Like if I ever see like, yeah, something like this, where like a guy comes out and trips, like I'm gonna go play nickel, and like it really is dependent. As my controller gives up. Like defending against this, like this is more or less the formation I use, or the sub package I use out on the field. I'm not so much like calling certain plays to defend against it. Like it's more or less, especially a lot of times in like Madden games, is you find that the guy you're playing against has like 3 plays that he runs. So like cover 3 isn't going to be great against this like stick option route thing. But I want to say this is like a, I already forget what, oh, I just flipped sides. Oh, son of a bitch. Unflip sides. I want to choose new play. And we gotta run a play anyway. But like, it's not great, but like a cover 2 would cover that a little bit better up the seams. Man would probably cover it pretty well, but like it's just kind of seeing what they're coming out in as I do fuck this up, and like adapting to that and understanding where the coverages will need to go, like what audibles you'll need to run for guys running like certain routes in behind you. So like here, I'll talk through kind of the fixing the zones and stuff, given that you're seeing like certain things. So like coming up against, like this isn't going to be open against this coverage, but like you can always, if the guy is gouging you underneath, like I wouldn't ever suggest like pressing your corners, especially in like a cover 3 set. Now if you're running like cover 2 man, which I wish I could see my play art on this, but like I should have audibled to man there. So if you're running man and you have high press corners, which is kind of why high press corners are needed, like bring them down here, get in their face, and like come after them. And what I'll typically do in like a man set is take up that running back route and try and cover them and just let the safeties in over the top. But you can always come in and use the safety as well and try and just take off one half of the field yourself and kind of understand. But from there, like you'll see that Like, there isn't really too much to be done. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I feel retarded. Nickel. Okay, let's go into like a. Do we have like a gun trips left with like stuff coming underneath? Maybe. Like maybe you find that a guy is constantly like just throwing unders against you. Like, so we'll come out and kind of show this, like, and then he just dumps off to that guy. And that's like, he's getting like 5 or 6 yards chunk plays every time. So what you can do, hit Y and then right stick down. That's going to change those purple zones in that cover 3 pre-snap to blue zones. And what they should be doing now, you'll see as I throw this, my safety's right there to get it. Now the only thing that kind of opens you up to now is like, since guys are coming down under, they'll be able to throw in, if I can get out of this, they'll be able to throw in behind your defense. So it's kind of a trade-off. You kind of really have to pay attention to what they're doing. But a lot of the things I'll usually do if I ever see that is like, I'll take one of these linemen, won't change anything else, take one of my linemen and hit A on them, and then you'll see how the zone and assignments and stuff come up. I'll pull left stick to the left, or to the, I think, is it the same? Yeah. So it's always A, left stick to the left. That's going to put your lineman out there on that flat zone as Chris Jones just gets in. But you see how he was sitting out there kind of in the same spot that Sorensen was? So that kind of takes away that route as well. It's just something like if the guy is doing the same thing over and over again, a lot of times these guys aren't looking to like run and stuff. Like, they're looking to throw that pass and they want to keep going that way. And you just kind of got to figure out what they're doing and how they're doing it, what they like to look for, and kind of disguise stuff in a way that lets you get into a position to make a play and force them into doing stuff that they don't really want to be doing. So we'll be choosing a new play here. Then the last kind of formation that I run, I think it's big dime in it. Yeah, I think it's 2-3 Sam. Yes. So in like really, really late game, gotta have it pass situations, I'll have the big dime kind of formation is something I like to use. And this is mostly just because like a lot of the plays that come from this and like in this situation are going to be like 5 wide, or like they're not blocking anybody, and this zero blitz like is a very, very good and quick, like easy thing that if the guy's looking for something deep and doesn't have a quick route, like you're going to get in on him. And it's just something that like late game, if they're in a gotta have it situation, I definitely think it's something useful. And then cover 3 lock out of this formation as well. There should be a guy manned up. I should really just be on one of the linemen. Should be a guy manned up here. I'm trying to figure, yeah, it's that right bumper route. Gets manned up by the slot corner and he kind of takes him around. It's an overall good formation for trying to lock up like kind of what people are doing. And I mean, this has been how I've somewhat found success running through stuff. I mean, that's not going to be a route that you're going to find open like against a user, because the user's almost always going to be sitting here lurking with one of these 2 players here, or like with a safety over here, and like just knowing that they're going to be there, or you're going to be there in this like thing, and you're going to kind of be sitting on that, like just understanding what's going where and what to look where and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for this. All right, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope it helped you guys out a little bit, maybe shed some light on why I struggle so much sometimes on defense, or why you guys may not be getting the plays or doing what you feel you should be doing on the defensive end. I do definitely suggest always trying to stick to a 3-4. I haven't really had good luck running any 4-3s. It may just be because I've never run a 4-3 in the what, 7 or 8 years I've been playing Ultimate Team. I've just never been one to run a 4-3, and the 4-3 always seems to get screwed with linebackers. So I would definitely stick to running a 3-4 type system. But I hope my kind of explaining why I do certain things in certain sets helps. I know I don't really have too many plays that I gave you guys, but or really things too much that I do, but I more or less kind of adapt to my opponents as I go. And you know, maybe that's part of my downfall, is like I don't have a set thing on defense that I'm doing every time and trying to do, but I really just try and figure out what my guy that I'm playing is attempting to do on me, what coverages are going to work for that, what I need to do as far as audibles pre-snap that I need to do, and try and go from there. There are plays that I like to stick to as far as running coverages and stuff. And you know, if you guys have any comments, concerns, things I could do better, or thoughts you have, and I would love to hear them, as I kind of stroke out a little bit there at the end. But yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know if this helped you out. You know, if you guys have been running some other playbook and just getting absolutely shredded, and then you switch to this, and you know, things kind of pick up. But I think we'll be back with the Chiefs theme team gameplay tomorrow, and then hopefully it's not past part 3 on Wednesday. It's actually the ghost, or not the ghost, but Super Bowl present players on Wednesday. And we'll have a lineup update coming then. But until then, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Saying, who that over there looking a whole snack? Oh, flip, boy, that's looking like Miss